5-minute reading summary of the story The Correspondent. The Correspondent is a reflective and emotionally layered story that explores truth, communication, and the personal cost of telling other people's stories. It follows a journalist whose job is to report events from distant places, often in difficult and dangerous situations. Through this role, the story examines not only what happens in the world, but also how those events affect the person who tells them. The main character is a correspondent who travels to different regions to cover major events, conflicts, crises, and human struggles. At the beginning, the job feels purposeful and meaningful. The correspondent believes in the importance of informing the public and giving a voice to those who might otherwise go unheard. There is a strong sense of duty and pride in being able to reveal truth through words. As the story progresses, however, the reality of the job becomes more complex. The correspondent is constantly exposed to difficult situations, war zones, suffering communities, and personal tragedies. While reporting objectively is part of the profession, it becomes harder to remain emotionally distant. Each story begins to leave a mark, slowly building an internal burden. One of the central conflicts in the story is the balance between truth and perspective. The correspondent starts to question whether it is ever possible to tell a completely objective story. Every report requires choices: what to include, what to leave out, and how to present events. These choices influence how others understand the world, giving the correspondent a powerful but heavy responsibility. At the same time, the story explores the personal isolation that comes with this career. The correspondent spends long periods away from home, disconnected from normal life. Relationships become difficult to maintain, and there is a growing sense of distance between the correspondent and the people around them. Even when surrounded by others, there is a feeling of being alone. A turning point occurs when the correspondent covers a particularly emotional story, one that closely connects with their own life or values. This experience challenges their ability to remain neutral. They begin to question whether simply reporting is enough, or whether they should take a more active role in helping the people they write about. This moment forces the correspondent to reflect deeply on their purpose. Is their role to observe and report, or to intervene and make a difference? The story does not present an easy answer, but instead shows the complexity of such a decision. It highlights the tension between professional responsibility and personal morality. In the end, the correspondent undergoes a quiet transformation. They may continue their work, but with a new understanding of its impact not only on the audience, but on themselves. They become more aware of the emotional weight of their stories and the importance of empathy in their work. The story emphasizes themes of truth, responsibility, and human connection. It shows that behind every report is a person who must carry the stories they tell. It also reminds readers that information is never completely neutral; it is shaped by the perspective of the one who shares it. In conclusion, The Correspondent is not just about journalism, but about the human experience of witnessing and sharing reality. It explores how telling the truth can be both powerful and painful, and how those who report the world's stories are changed by them in ways that are often unseen.